Roots and Magoots, where today we are going to be taking a look at this brand new triple color vinyl release of the Nightfall album from Candlemass. This is in celebration of their 35th anniversary of the album. And I don't know about you guys. Hopefully if you're watching this, you are a Candlemass fan like I am. And this album was iconic for me. I remember it back in the day. Actually, I lie. So I started with Candlemass on the Ancient Dreams album. And then I went back through and obviously found Nightfall and Epicus, and then even like the Nemesis stuff. But huge fan of the band, especially with Messiah in it. And I'm really stoked to take a look at this release. It has a bunch of extras on the other LPs. I don't think there's anything in there that hasn't been released before, as far as I know anyway. I think I have all this stuff on other previous releases, but this is just an amazing set by Peaceville Records. So let's dive in to the contents. All right, so here is a look at the box for the box set. Again, this features 3 LPs of colored vinyl and remastered audio for Nightfall. I've listened to the LP and I can't tell a huge difference between it and the original, but I haven't done like a direct A/B comparison. On the back here, we'll see that it also includes additional LPs containing studio outtakes, plus some rare rehearsal and demo recordings of the songs Bewitched and Bow Cry, all from the period leading up to the studio session, but I don't think that this is anything that's new. It also has a pretty badass Nightfall poster and an 8-page booklet containing some rare band images and some text originally featured on the Behind the Wall of Doom book, which is really cool. It was a nice read and good insight into the band. So let's take a look at the contents. Here is a look at the Nightfall LP. Again, have the iconic album art. And then back here, obviously the list of the songs that we all know and love. One thing that I found interesting was that Mike had written Black Candles, Mike Weed, who obviously plays for King Diamond now. I knew that he had played with the band in the past and like for this album. And then like the story that I always heard that he was just too fast. They were wanting something slow, but his solo work was too fast, so he didn't really work out. Mike didn't really talk about, I asked him directly about that. He didn't really talk about it too much. He kind of downplayed the whole thing. And then reading, this is the LP for this, by the way. It's orange. And then reading the text is basically, that's exactly how it went down. Okay, here we have the Coming of Nightfall. And this features, the cool thing about this is this is all artwork from the same artist, and I didn't know this initially, but it's basically a transition of life. So here he is on the Nightfall album, he is an old man, and then and it was like a triple set of artwork, and then here he's a middle-aged man, and then on the other album he's just a baby, but it's just basically like a story of life. But anyway, here is the Coming of Nightfall LP. But again, just killer artwork. I love that painting. And then, so here are the ones we have, and again, alternate and rough mixes of the Nightfall recording sessions. But it's pretty awesome. Let's take a look at the album side, and this one is green. Though it's kind of showing up a little bit more blue on camera, but it is pretty green in real life. It's interesting that it doesn't have the songs on here. I haven't played these yet. Here we are with the final LP, Dark Are the Veils of Death. And again, you can see the transition. This is going in reverse. Like it starts out, obviously with him as a child, him. I don't know who he is, but I guess just a story of man, his journey through life. But I love this artwork. I mean, look at this. Another thing too is I didn't realize is that Messiah had picked out the artwork for this album. I didn't know he played such a role that he did. But anyway, here is the track listing for this one. But yeah, like in reading up on it, Messiah was actually a pretty big part of the band. On this one, we have lyrics on the sleeve, and then special thanks, and we got Mike Weed in there. And then let's take a look at the, again, we don't have a track listing. I'm kind of confused by that, honestly. And then finally, we have the 8-page book. And this has just some really cool behind the scenes stuff of the band. And then, actually, like I'm just gonna scroll through this thing. You guys can pause it if you want to read. But I mean, it's a fantastic read. We'll take a look at this photo of them in the studio. I love the King Diamond shirt that Sai's wearing. And here they are with the original painting. And they were able to secure rights for that. I'm just gonna try to catch it where it's not catching in light here. And then again, you guys can pause it. Hopefully, if it, you guys can see it. Again, I'm kind of just doing this as a favor. You could just buy it. But as a fan, I know there's a lot of fans that can't afford the triple set, so I wanted you guys to be able to get this too. Let's see here. It's hard to get it where it's not glaring in the camera, so I apologize. But again, I'm trying to do you guys a favor. And I do like some stuff that Candlemass has done outside of Messiah since his departure, and reparture, and then departure. But overall, like I really like the first albums are the most iconic for me. And here's the back of that. And that being like obviously like Epicus and Nightfall and Ancient Dreams and Tales of Creation. That's where it's at for me. And then here is this huge poster. The only downside to this poster is the crease marks, which kind of sucks. Otherwise, be great. And it's got a high def print on it. All right, guys, so thanks for hanging out with me on this. Again, this is the set to get as far as the Candlemass Nightfall album. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It is very, very in-depth. But I think, again, like they've exhausted all their resources as far as material on these releases, and I don't think that there's anything new. Again, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't think that this is anything new. But still, everything is gathered up. I love all of the text as far as insights to the recording of the album and all that stuff. And this is just a fantastic set. Now, obviously, the Candlemass statue isn't a part of this set. That's something I have separately. but I figured it'd make a great display for all this, and I might figure out somewhere in the collection room to kind of display all this together. But anyway, as always, feel free to leave any questions or comments. I'd be happy to answer them, and feel free to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications for new videos. And until next time, I will see you guys later.